Alright everyone, hello, and welcome back. So as you can see, I'm back in the kitchen because I kind of want to change this up just a little bit today. And the only way that I can do this particular type of reading is in the kitchen. So sorry that the camera is a little at an angle. I know that you guys are used to seeing me head on. But I asked a few groups what they were looking for in a tarot reading. And the ones that came back the most were blocks. What blocks are in my way? And I kept it kind of a basic kind of survey because I didn't want to give too many options, too many choices. I didn't want it to be too overly specific. So now that I know that blocks are kind of what everyone is focused on right now, I'm going to do blocks for relationships, money, and for you personally. I'm kind of going to hit all three all in one. I think I'll put timestamps in here. I'm not quite sure, so just bear with me. But I'm going to pull one oracle card for each. So we'll see where this goes. We'll see what wants to come through with this energy. And I wanted you guys to be able to see the cards and see what was also in front of me. So it's kind of why that camera is the way that it is. So if you don't like it, don't panic. It's just for this reading. You know how we are on this channel. I'm constantly changing things, constantly doing things as I go. It's come quite a distance from when I first started this YouTube channel. So I know, always changing things, always making things different, but that's okay because that's what Aquariuses do. So let's see what wants to come through. I'm going to pull one for, like I said, love, money, and for you. I probably won't flip them over until we get to them. So without further ado, we're going to get started. I'm going to start with love. See what wants to come through for love. And we'll do it this way. Okay, love. Give me one for money. Give me one now for money. And give me one for your personal development, for your personal growth. Give me one now for your personal development and personal growth. Maybe, maybe not. Okay, one more time. One for personal development and your growth. Okay, that one. All right, so without further ado, we're going to get started with this. So, blocks in love, what do we have? We've got truth be told. Oh, this is always a rough subject, isn't it? You know how when you like somebody and you don't really want to see the negative sides of them, or you believe that they are one way and they're actually another? That's kind of what I feel like that this truth be told. That, or you have some sort of truth that needs to be spoken to another person or to yourself. Because we all know that sometimes we do lie to ourselves about a few things. So that's okay. We're going to take a closer look now and see what all of this is about. Truth be told, this could go one way or the other. I know I just saw the Two of Pentacles. Balancing that energy out. We are in Libra time. Oh, let's see. Let's see. Libra time is about relationships, so you could be having truth come in during this Libra time. It could be happening during this Libra time period. So let's see where we're going. I don't know how I'm going to pull these, but I'm going to pull them. Underneath, we've got the Eight of Cups. We've got the Fool, the Four of Swords, and the Page of Wands. Grounding you right now is the Hermit. Guiding you right now is the Emperor. And the energy you're moving into is the Five of Swords. Okay. So, right now you feel as though that... I don't know how to say this. It can be determined a few different ways. Right now you feel as though you've been alone. and it's been alone for quite some time, and there's nothing wrong with being alone. There really is nothing wrong with having to figure your own stuff out. Because once you learn to love yourself and understand yourself, you can learn to love and understand someone else. I do see a new beginning here, something that you are craving. With the Four of Swords, it makes me almost feel like he's meditating or manifesting. It does make me feel like you are trying to get that ball rolling. And we've got the inspiration here. So there's inspiration, there's passion, but what's grounding you and guiding you, this Hermit energy here is what's grounding you. And that's wisdom, that's something to learn. So I feel as though that there's a truth coming in for you. But what's guiding you is also the Emperor. And the Emperor is all four kings. He's somebody who's in his power. So you could also have a truth for someone else. Now, the kicker is this Five of Swords. This Five of Swords, when I see this particular Five of Swords, we've got two people walking away, and we've got the one guy holding the Two of Swords and picking up a third, and he's leaving two swords on the ground. Like, it's one of those energies where it's conflicting. It's conflicting energies because, you know, maybe somebody did move on, or maybe you want somebody to be happy, but there's a catch with that, because we all know how, you know how when you break up with somebody, but you secretly love them, and so you're like, I want you to be happy, but then the undercurrent of energy is, but I want you to be happy with me. It's kind of what this energy is. I'm going to clarify this Five of Swords, because whatever this is, I feel like, where that truth comes in. Five of Swords. Three of Cups. Four of Cups. Queen of Cups. Two of Wands, Three of Wands, Queen of Pentacles, raising consciousness. I feel as though that it's somebody who, okay, I feel as though it is somebody who isn't really paying attention, at least not to you anyway. It could be somebody who views you as a friend, who you've developed these unconscious feelings for, and you're like, hey, here's my cup. And you want to step forward with this person. You want the possibilities to arise with that energy, but I don't think it is. With the raising consciousness here, I feel as though that you are aware of these feelings, but the other person is not. Interesting. Tell me about this other person. Tell me about the mindset of this other person towards this particular situation. Page of Pentacles, King of Cups, Knight of Cups, Eight of Wands, Queen of Wands, Six of Pentacles, Seven of Pentacles, and this one wanted to come out too. Death. Okay. Yeah, we got the Five of Cups underneath. What I'm getting with this energy is I don't feel like this individual has completely been oblivious to your messages. I think that they hear you. I definitely think that they hear you. And they're in the mindset of, because we got the Eight of Wands coming in, I definitely feel as though that they hear you and they see your offers and they see what you have to offer. But you know how when you go from being friends with somebody to being in a relationship, some people have that mentality of, well, what if we fuck it up? What if we fuck it up? What if it doesn't work? And then I not only lose my relationship, but I also lose my friend. I almost feel like that's where this individual is at right now. Queen of Wands, Six of Pentacles, Seven of Pentacles. I feel as though they're wanting to give it more time. I don't feel like they're trying to rush into it. With this death energy here, I don't feel as though that they're wanting to rush into anything with you because they're afraid they're going to fuck it up. It's not the fact that they don't love you. It's the fact that they are letting their truth unfold one day at a time. And I feel as though that may or may not be okay with you. Like that may or may not sit well because you're like, okay, why isn't this happening? Why isn't this coming through? Why can't we step forward when you know what you feel, but they know what they feel, and they're just worried right now. They're trying to figure out how it will work in the long run. How can they step from one pond into the other without fucking it up and spilling all of this water everywhere? So they're trying not to be a fish out of water, which is very interesting. Okay. I literally saw a fish flopping on the ground, like, you know, how it gasped for air and all of that. Yeah, I feel as though they're trying not to be a fish out of water. So what happens if you speak this truth? What happens if you're like, hey, hey, hey? What happens then? There's the offer. 6 of Swords, okay. Chariot, that's fast. 10 of Wands, uh-oh. 9 of Cups, 5 of Wands, 6 of Cups, 10 of Cups. You might freak him out first. 2 of Cups underneath. I feel as though you might freak him out. Yeah. Especially if you go to move too quickly, I definitely feel as though they're going to freak out. They're going to be like, hold up. But because they might be overwhelmed by how much you actually care for them. So it's not you. It's not you. I feel as though it's them. And maybe it has to do with their past experiences when it comes to relationships. I feel as though that they're kind of offset by that. It's just like, hold up. Like I understand that I have these feelings and I know that you have these feelings and I want to step forward, but things haven't really worked out for me in the past, so I'm not really rushing into this. That's where their mindset is at. So be patient with them. Don't feel as though that they don't love you, because I definitely feel as though they do. They do love you. They have a hard time showing it. Okay? Okay. The zodiacs that show up for the love reading, we've got Aries, Cancer, we've got water signs here, so I'm going to take Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, Aries, Gemini, Virgo. Those are what I see. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, Aries, Virgo. Interesting. Interesting. All right, I'm going to put some of these back. That way I've got room on the table. I'm going to leave the main spread out here. That way I can kind of keep the gist in my brain. Because once I put them up, the message disappears. I'm not going to lie to you. All right, so moving on to money. Let's see what the money has to say. And we've got by the book. Okay. So for some of us, we feel as though that we have to follow a normal tradition in order to make ends meet. We have to kind of do the 9 to 5, kind of have to do things that are mundane or tedious. And, you know, sometimes mundane and tedious aren't really that bad. Especially if you've got a life full of energy and a life full of craziness and chaos, sometimes the mundane is good for you. But if your life is boring and you have a job where it's just like, ugh, I have to do the same thing over and over and over and over again, and things are just kind of bleeding together, the days are just kind of bleeding together, that can be a problem. That can be a very big problem. I feel like that can be really, really kind of dull. So let's see what else wants to show up for this energy. Let's see what wants to come through. So, I guess I should pull underneath. Underneath we got the King of Wands. We've got the Ace of Swords here. The Sun. Hey. Yeah, there it is. I knew there was a kicker here. With the 5 of Swords, we got the 10 of Wands grounding you. We've got the 4 of Wands guiding you. And where you're going, we've got the Page of Swords. Okay. 8 of Pentacles. Oop, that's the Devil energy. Give me this card. 8 of Pentacles underneath. So what I'm getting from this is you are trying to break out of that mundane energy, but you don't really know how to do that. With this Page of Swords here in this particular deck, it's understanding your fear. It's being aware of your emotions. And I feel as though that with this particular Page of Swords, you're just like, I'm worried. I'm worried that, you know, let's take tarot for an instance. Some people think that tarot is very flighty. Some people think that, you know, you can't make an income off of reading tarot and off of giving advice for other people in this particular fashion, when I know several people, hundreds of people even, who do make some sort of income off of doing this. I'm not even going to lie to you. In fact, that's kind of the goal for what I'm trying to achieve. Me and my wonderful self, not that I want this to be the end-all be-all for my income, but I want it to be some sort of not only enjoyment, but also for the fulfillment that comes with it. And yeah, when I first started this channel, I was terrified. Not even gonna lie to you guys, I was scared. I remember I had everything planned and put together, I don't know, maybe a month before I actually sat down and started doing these readings. And just when I was gonna sit down and do a particular reading, something always came up. It was always, I've got this to do, or I've got this to do, or, maybe I'm not really feeling it today, or I would do a practice reading beforehand and it wouldn't go according to plan. And so I'm like, you know what, fuck it all. I feel like that's kind of where you're at. And that's kind of why By the Book shows up here. Oh, that's interesting. By the Book is 11, and then the Four of Wands, it's 11-11. So I feel as though that you are trying to keep a balance, but you're trying to break out of that mundane shell. So how do you do that? How can we get you into that clarity and that Ace of Swords Sun energy? Ace of Cups. Bring love into the situation. Moon. There's that fish out of water. Oh my goodness. High Priestess. And then we've got the Page of Wands. So what I get with this energy is there is fear here. There really is fear here. And the only way to kind of counteract that negative is with a positive. Well, what's the opposite of fear? Love. Not courage. Love. I know some of us are like, courage? Love. Love is going to be able to get you unstuck. You have to know who you are. You have to believe in yourself to move forward. With this Page of Wands, it's very interesting. And I love how it showed up is because if you can see that, there's a bird right here in this corner. And the bird is sitting on the branch that's attached to the branch this cat is sitting on. So if the cat moves the wrong way, it's going to startle the bird and the bird's going to fly away. Back to the tarot analogy I used, if I did a reading wrong or if I didn't feel as though that it was good enough, the bird would fly away. That inspiration, that, hey, let's do this, would fly off. And I wouldn't do it. I would not sit down and record a reading. So when it comes to this, you have to believe in yourself. You have to believe in your dreams and what it is that you are trying to accomplish in order to get from where you are, which is kind of a stuck energy, a blocked energy, into where you want to be. Yes, it is a scary journey. I am not going to lie to you. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. There's no reason for me to sugarcoat it. It is one of those places in our world where, like healers or teachers, guides, they are the ones leading the pack. They're the ones on the front line, and some of them don't even know where the fuck they're going. But they'll tell you that's half the journey. I am making the path for people behind me. And I feel as though that you are making a particular path here. You are making a particular path. And some people may not agree with that. Some people may, tarot. Some people look at tarot and they're like, that is the most flightiest, whimsical energy way of doing things that I have ever seen. You will have pushback because other people may not understand that calling. That's okay, because it's not their calling, it's yours. The same way I read tarot and I help people, I have a friend who's in the military. I've got a few friends that are in the military, and I tell them all the time, I couldn't do what you do. Because they lead the pack, but in a different particular type of way. They put their lives on the line. They go and they help people and rescue people and go on those missions where they put their lives at stake. While me, I would much prefer to rather heal the people who are injured, who are sick. And, they kind of coincide one and the other, but they're not the same. And so they sometimes look at me and they're like, okay. And I look at them like, oh, hell no. You are out of your mind. You are out of your medieval minds. So just because it works for me doesn't mean it's going to work for them, and vice versa. The same applies with your money. Just because you enjoy hosting or serving or being a hairdresser doesn't mean that a doctor is going to find the same sort of thrill. You know what I'm saying? So don't let other people dictate your emotions into fear of, well, other people might think this is flighty or whimsical or not normal or stupid. Doesn't matter. What do you think? How do you feel about this particular situation? That is what you have to ask yourself. It's not what you are willing to do, it's how far you are willing to go to reach your dreams. Don't let people get in your way. Don't let you get in your way. Great things are coming in. Great things are coming in. I feel that. What happens after we release these blocks? The Star card, that's healing. That's Aquarius. 6 of Pentacles, bringing things to the table. 7 of Cups, look at all those cups. 9 of Swords, oh yeah. 10 of Pentacles, 8 of Wands, 2 of Wands, Queen of Wands. Absolutely. I love how we started with this, the King of Wands and ended on the Queen of Wands. I mean, look, King and Queen of Wands. So you are stepping into this healing energy, and I definitely feel as though that things are being brought to the table. Things are now being brought to your attention about how things could potentially work out for you. And it may not be just you. It could also be a collab of other people helping you. I know that some YouTubers on YouTube have an entire editing team. And without those editors, they wouldn't be able to post their videos on time in the way that they normally do. So it could also be a group effort. 7 of Cups, 9 of Swords, 10 of Pentacles. To get through this fear, you have to let go of that lack mentality and open up to the possibilities. Because the possibilities are endless. The possibilities are completely endless. And when you finally get things in order, 8 of Wands, 2 of Wands, communication, collab. I love this 2 of Wands because that 2 of Wands is, you know how when you sit around a campfire and you kind of tell stories? That's what it makes me feel like. I feel as though that years down along the lines, you're going to be like, your grandchildren or your children are going to be like, how'd you do it? It's because you finally got the courage to put things in order, to put yourself where you needed to be and to step forward. An inspired forward. It's beautiful energy. And you've got this. No matter what anybody else says, it's not their journey. They won't understand. And that's okay. That's okay for them not to understand. As long as you do. That's what matters. So I'm going to take fire signs with me on this. Aries, Leo, Sag. I'm going to take Aquarius here and Pisces. So Aries, Leo, Sag, Aquarius, Pisces. And yeah, well, Sag is here too. So Sag is showing up here twice. But don't let other people dictate your emotions and put you in that fear corner of, oh my God, am I doing this right? Because as long as it feels right to you, that's what matters. All right, there is the money. So we did love, we did money. Now we're going to move on to your personal development. Time for a nap, ladies and gentlemen. It is time for some R&R. Some of us, I'm in this boat, are overworking ourselves. We are overworking what we are doing. We are running ourselves into the ground, whether that be for the money we think we deserve, or for the love, or even for other people. I know this time of year is kind of rough for me as well, so I kind of have to be mindful of that energy and understand that it's okay to take some time off. It really is. It is a-okay to take some time off from what it is that you were doing, because if you keep pounding your head into the wall, you're eventually going to give yourself a headache and you're eventually going to pass out. That's what I feel. And so with this time for a nap, it is definitely time for some R&R. It is time to rest and recoup and recollect your energy from all of the other places that you left it behind. That is actually a mantra I use quite a bit, is I reclaim any and all extra energy and energy that I have left behind from people, places, situations. I call it all back. I call it all back because there are times where I realize that I've left a trail of my energy back there. And it doesn't even have to be work. It can be helping other people and just letting them take your energy and just being emotionally drained. So it doesn't have to be a physical work. It can also be a mental and emotional, even magical work that needs to be rested and recharged. So let's see where we're going with this energy. Let's see what wants to come through for you. Let's see where we're going. All right, so underneath, we got the Four of Wands. Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely, that makes sense. Six of Wands, Three of Pentacles, yeah. Six of Swords, lots of movement here. What's grounding you is the Magician. What's guiding you is the Eight of Swords. There it is. And then where you're going is the Six of Cups. So, don't get me wrong. On the surface, Nine of Wands. On the surface, it looks really good. It looks like you are moving forward in a way that you need to be moving forward. It looks like you are on your way to victory. You're working with others well, or you're working with other energies well. You're moving forward. Everything is beautiful. You're learning things. You're learning different processes and how to rest and relax. But what's guiding you here is the Eight of Swords. And that's where the red flag goes up, no pun intended, because she's wearing red. But I feel as though that normally with this Eight of Swords, she's standing in water, okay? There is no water in this picture. I feel as though that it's been nothing but brute force and brute force and brute force and not enough of your emotions. I feel as though it's kind of one of those energies where you tune them out. It's like, I can rest when I'm dead. That's what this is. That's what this energy feels like. I can rest when I'm dead. I can rest when I'm done. I have to keep trucking forward. I have to keep going. I have to keep doing this. I have to. Says who? Says who? You? You say you have to. You say you have to keep beating your head into a wall and keep putting other people's needs or no? Other people's needs and their wants and their desires before your own, when you need to start listening to yourself more. I feel as though that with this Eight of Swords, you have kind of put yourself in a box. You put yourself in your own cage. And it's time for you to get out of that cage. What's grounding you is the Magician. I want to look at this Magician energy. In fact, I want to look at both the Eight of Swords and the Magician. So we're going to start with the Magician first. Magician, please. Hanged Man. That's a different perspective. Justice. Lovers. There's Union. Five of Pentacles. Beautiful. There's the Devil energy. Knew he was going to show up. Queen of Cups. King of Pentacles. And the Sun. You need a different perspective. And I mean that not as bluntly as what I said it. But what I mean is that you have to have some sort of balance here. Hanged Man, Justice, Lovers, Five of Pentacles. You have to allow yourself to come in from the cold and have some R&R, because if you don't, you're just going to continue to feel like you're burnt out. You're going to feel like you're burnt out. You're going to feel like you're going to have to stay trapped in this cage, that it's not going to be okay. And I feel like this Devil energy shows up to be like, you know, there is part of that fear here of I'm never going to be able to break out of this prison that I've created for myself. Good news. Queen of Cups, King of Pentacles, the Sun. If you bring love for yourself into the situation and understand your self-worth is not determined by how much work and effort you put into something, the better off you're going to be. I know people who build their entire careers, their entire lives off of their careers. And if their careers don't work out, they feel like their life amounts to nothing. It's kind of like this energy. You feel as though you have to keep working and brute forcing because you want to make something for yourself, and that's okay. That's okay to want to make something for yourself, but don't kill yourself in the process for it. Because that's not living life, that's you working yourself to death. It's not a positive energy to sit in. It really isn't. It's kind of like the job energy. If you don't enjoy your job, then you're just going to feel like you're going to be doing the same thing over and over and over again. It's just going to bleed together, and then you're once again kind of back in that cage. You have to find the love and balance within yourself to get out of this Eight of Swords energy. Eight of Swords for me, please. Ace of Cups. There's that water. Found it. Found it. Ace of Cups. Five of Wands. Oh, yep. There's the King of Swords. There's Aquarius. And we got the Six of Pentacles, or Seven of Pentacles. It's going to take some time. Especially if you've been in this cage for quite some time, it's going to take some time. It's going to take some time for all of these things to develop. However, you have to water these plants. You have to water these thoughts, water these ideas. And with this King of Swords, I love this King of Swords. Because I love how it shows up after the Five of Wands. The King of Swords is just like, okay, I hear what you're saying. I hear what other people are saying. It's kind of like the job. You let other people dictate what it is that you're doing, or you let other people's outside opinions affect you, and you need to cut that out in both sense. Cut that out and cut it out. King of Swords. You need to have more faith in yourself. You need to have more love for yourself. You need some rest. You need some rest. So what happens when you get this rest? Tell me. What happens when you get this rest? Of course it did. Ace of Pentacles. Ten of Cups. Queen of Swords, there's a pair. Fool, there's a new day. Knight of Pentacles, and then we got the Four of Pentacles, one more, Temperance. Yes. When you bring love into the situation, when you bring your own R&R back into the equation, clarity comes through. Happiness beyond your imagination right now comes through. Abundance comes through. You've got a new start. I love this. I love this. Fool, Knight of Pentacles, Four of Pentacles. What's 1 plus 4? 5. It's the Five of Pentacles. There it is. Coming in from the cold, going through that transformation, understanding that life is about balance. Yes, I'm saying that you need to take a break. Am I saying that you need to quit doing this work? Absolutely not. Because there's some sort of satisfaction here that you get from this. I mean, there should be some sort of satisfaction that comes from every job. I love my job, both my normal job working at a hotel and this job. I don't even consider this a job. It's more of a hobby for me. But you see how there's balance here? A little bit of this, a little bit of that. You need to understand that it's not all or nothing. You gotta have some balance here. It's like walking a tightrope. Do I have that Libra card here? No? Okay. Wanted to make sure, because the Libra in the Souls on Fire Tarot is, well, normally it's walking a tightrope. When we're in Libra energy, you have to balance on this tightrope, and you can't lean more one way or more towards the other, because then you're gonna fall off. And then you're gonna start all the way back at the beginning of that rope. And I don't think you want that. So have some balance to you, okay? Because the more you keep pushing against this wall, if you're pushing against a wall and you're not getting anywhere, I read this on Facebook. Sometimes walls are there, not for us to break through, but for us to rest on. There's a wall in front of you, and you can't get through it because it's not designed for you to get through it. It's designed for you to rest on it. So this is what I have for your personal blocks. The zodiacs that show up for this, we've got Aquarius, Gemini, Sag, Virgo, Libra, more Gemini, Leo, and Capricorn. Aquarius, Gemini, Sag, Virgo, more Gemini, Libra, Capricorn, Leo. This is what I see. So, guys, this is what I have for you. I really, really hope this helped, and I really hope this kind of gives you some sort of understanding as to what is going on in your lives when it comes to the blocks of love, of money, and of your personal development. Okay? Okay. I'd love to hear from you. I would love to hear your comments. If this did help you or give you some sort of clarity, please feel free to leave a comment below. If you are new here and joining me from all of the other places that I have my social media accounts, please feel free to like this video, to subscribe, also leave a comment. Again, I'd love to hear from you guys. So, thank you very much for joining me today. This was very wonderful. I feel a lot better, actually. I'm not gonna lie, I feel like my own internal block that was kind of like right here is also gone. So, I know I'll probably be watching this back later today to see what pinged it for me. So, thank you guys very much, and I will see you all later. Bye, guys.